This guy, Matt Pride, he is a boxer and he's a promoter, and he's from our neighborhood. He's from the Philly side of the show. So let's bring him in right now. We'll go from there. Matt Pride, you're on the Two Darbarians and a Long Island show. What's up, my dude?
Hey, what's up, guys? How's it going?
Good, man. Good. It's good to have you on the show, finally. You're fighting for a big cause that's a real big problem going on in our area, and not just our area, all around the country today. And I got to admit, man, it touched me just for what you were trying to do. And I hit Matt up, guys. I hit him up out of the blue, not even knowing this guy. We never talked. I said, man, we have a show, and I was wondering if you'd be interested in getting an interview just to help promote your event. It's not going to help us in any way, but maybe we help you. And he jumped right on and said, man, that would be great. Obviously, we've been talking since then, and it's been a few weeks. It's been almost a month, actually, man. I don't know if you realize that or not, but it's been almost a month since we first talked. And I've been following what you've been doing, man. And I gotta say, you're doing your thing right now, man. March 31st. Now, that's a Saturday night, and it is called the Rumble for Recovery.
We have what's it called? Batman versus the Joker. We wanted to do something that we don't normally do with celebrity boxing, and kind of have part of an event open for the kids to come see. And so basically, we have Batman versus the Joker. They're professional impersonators. They're going to be fighting as one of the main events, and then we also have Captain America versus Thor. So we figured we'd do something for the kids this time too, while we're
that's awesome, man.
Fighting for the cause.
How long does it take to come up with the idea of this? And I know the celebrity boxing is a big thing in our area. I've been watching them guys for years now. Like I told you off air, I've talked to Damon Feldman before. I know you're doing work with him, and he's a big promoter, has his own gym in the area. He's very well known. And this was like 5 or 6 years ago, the first time I talked to him. And we were in talks at one time or another to possibly get together ourselves. And when I saw that you were connected with him and to come up with it's all full circle. Put it down on paper. Get the people, book everybody, because you got the ring girl thing going as well, which I want to get into as well. Like, this is very well produced. You know what I mean? Thought out and planned.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. I mean, normally, WXC Celebrity Boxing is exactly what it says, celebrity boxing. So normally it's 2 celebrities as a main event, and then we're having a bunch of undercard fights. But more recently, Damon Feldman, the CEO and owner of Celebrity Boxing, he started basically taking a notice to what's going on in our area, the epidemic that's happening with addiction and drugs and alcohol and everything that's going on. And so I've been on board with him for this fight for the past about 3 months. I think he's been working on this fight for about 6 months now. Everything doesn't come together all at once. We gotta do things as time goes on. We gotta put together the venues. We gotta find places to do press conferences, recruit the fighters, recruit the ring girls, have the ring girl contests. It's a long, lengthy, intricate process, and there's a lot that could go wrong very fast if you don't do it right.
Sure, just like in the music. Joe, trust me, just like in the music industry, that's one thing that we can share, because trust me, we've gone through that issue a few times with promoting shows. Now, you say celebrity boxing. Can you give me any of the celebrities that have actually taken part in this? I know Sandman from ECW has taken part of it, because I actually know Sandman, and I know he has taken part in the past. But other than him, what other celebrities have actually been involved in this in the past?
Funny thing is, okay, so there's been, I believe, 56 celebrity fights for celebrity boxing so far. One of the bigger ones was Danny Bonaducci versus Jose Canseco. They were actually supposed to have 2 of them. This is one of the funnier fights, because they had the original fight, and then they were gonna have a rematch in, I think it was Florida, and so Jose Canseco actually ended up not showing up, but he sent his twin brother, and no one noticed until they realized the difference in the tattoo.
That's awesome.
That's
he tried
amazing.
to send his twin brother.
That's fantastic. Yeah. Twin brother, make way in for me. I'm going to come in as a fat bastard and knock him out in 2.
Oh, that's funny. So what happened? Did people get their money back, or how'd that work?
I'm not too familiar with what happened after that. I think there might have been a lawsuit after this. it's just that whole situation I thought was comical. I mean, we've had other fights too, like Mob Wives, Octomom. We were supposed to have one 2016. This was actually the first fight that I was in for celebrity boxing. It was going to be Stitches the rapper. And
we know him well.
Yeah,
we know him real well.
Stitches ended up actually pulling out.
Of course he did.
If only Stitch's father pulled out so many years ago.
Yeah, we know Stitches well.
But so after that, Supreme decided to go on tour, so we ended up getting, instead of them, it was the guy Taylor Made from the show I Love New York. He won one of the seasons. So
oh my God!
Versus,
yeah.
Tremaine Ferguson. So that was just a good match. I actually fought two people that night. Got 2 first-round knockouts.
Oh shit!
Nice.
And that's how I started with
bada bing.
So speaking of it, you are a fighter yourself. Now, is boxing your? That's what you do. Do you do any MMA or any pro wrestling, anything like that, or is it strictly boxing?
Well, I've done a whole array of combat sports. I've done jiu-jitsu, Shotokan, Muay Thai. I've done a little bit of wrestling. I mean, I loved it all. I have experience in it all. It's just boxing has been my all-around favorite out of anything that I've done. I've been doing it for 8 years now. It's a good outlet. It's kept me out of a lot of trouble, and that's one of the big things that we're trying to advertise here with the Rumble for Recovery is that you don't, even if you're an addict, you don't have to be addicted to drugs. You get yourself out of it, and then get yourself addicted to fitness, basically, or get yourself addicted to boxing. Get out.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean?
That's how we are with music. I mean,
Exactly.
I know I've told you on an earlier episode of the show that I once had my own issues, and music is what got me away from that life. You know, just like you know what you're promoting, and that's another thing that got me to respect what you're doing so much. Now, I don't know if you know this or not, Matt, but we actually have a combat sports talk show as well on Wednesday nights.
We do.
And
we do.
I actually did notice that from some of your posts. I think I saw something about one of you guys liking WWE a lot, and the other one being a UFC
we all love
guy.
that. Yeah, we're all huge fans of that. We love that shit. I mean,
one guy likes the WWE a lot, and the other guy likes real wrestling. Fantastic.
we get into that. We get into that sometime. I wanted to talk to you off air actually about that show. Maybe getting you on that show in the future as well to talk some MMA and some boxing. But we're gonna separate that from this interview. Now, okay, so boxing's your thing. You've been doing that. How long actually you said about 8 years, but how long do you train during the week? That's my question. Like when you wake up, because I see posts from you and you're talking about 6 o'clock in the morning, you're out there training. I mean, you're doing it the right way. For someone like you, and I'm not talking about the average person, but I'm talking about you, someone who's actually a boxer, someone that's actually making this a career. What's the process of time? What would you do? Like the diet, the training, the lifting, everything. Like how's one go about that? And you know, just how much of your day is put towards that?
Well, you know, the funny thing is, since my last fight with celebrity boxing in 2016, I kind of fell off with the training a little bit. And then with this fight, I found a gym called Deep Voice Boxing. I explained to them the fight, the cause. The owner, Dave Price, he heard the cause, he jumped on it. He wanted to help out, so he was helping me with training. And so I've been smoking cigarettes for 10 years before this. Quit that cold turkey, jumped in from not training in about 2 years to training twice a day, like once in the morning and then once in the afternoon, doing circuit workouts, strength training, then cardiovascular exercises, and then later in the day doing pad work, bag work, and then sparring. And now I'm in their pro camp. So it's going to get bumped up and bumped up and bumped up from 2 times a day, then to 3 times a day, then to 4 times a day for the upcoming fight. And I'm actually in it with a couple of very skilled individuals, including the coach's son, Dylan Price, who actually just recently got signed with Mayweather Promotions. Oh my God. Yeah, he's a great guy. It's a great family. It's a real family-oriented gym. Everyone trains each other. For example, Dylan's not like too much of a hot shot to help out the little guy there. It's a very family-oriented atmosphere, and it's just an all-around great gym. And I mean,
That's
everyone
awesome.
there is either a champion in their own right in some sort of championship, or they're training to be a champion. And you don't find a lot of gyms like that nowadays.
Right.
No, you don't.
Well,
you don't.
Well, also, what I really want to highlight here too is, the difference between people who do things as a pastime and do this as a career. What you just said is a lot of people get focused in their 9-to-5 aspect, and that 9-to-5 is they get up, they go to the job that they hate, they sit at a desk that they can't stand, and they're miserable for 8 hours, but they're making sure that they're doing this. You're going out there and you're putting 8 to 10 hours in just to reach your goal of that next fight. But you're still putting in the 40-plus hours that average everyday Joe does. You're just doing it in what you love, and you found a way to do that. And that's the truest inspiration as well, because you found your thing, your I guess, like as Nikki said with the music, and like you've said, you've overcome
it's his addiction.
Your addiction to cigarette. Your addiction now is this thing, but it's actually more just you're able to be yourself. But to be yourself, you cannot, and I'm not knocking pro gamers or anything like that, but you can't be that person sitting on the couch doing absolutely nothing and expect to be yourself. He goes out and he puts the work in. And I respect and I commend you, because guys like myself, Nikki, and Chris, we're doing the normal 9-to-5 job, plus we're putting in 40-plus hours with the music, or in Chris's case with his cars and with his racing. And then we're doing another 40-plus hours in doing the podcasting. And, people are like, well, that's like 2 full-time jobs you're not really getting paid for. Yeah, you want to know something? But it's making me happy.
Right.
Exactly.
But I mean, we do get paid for the music. I mean,
yeah.
Right. Not so much the podcast at the moment.
Right.
But
yeah.
Matt, I gotta ask you.
And that reminds me, we need to tell more people about following us on Blog Talk, please.
We will.
Yeah,
we'll get into that. We'll do that at the end of the show.
It's just to hit the button. Because we look bad because we have all these people that listen and all these people that follow other artists and stuff, but we don't get much of the recognition because nobody hits us with the.
Well, that's a Blog Talk thing. We get followed.
Just hit that little
social media. But
they hit that follow button. It makes our life a lot easier.
Yeah,
I tell people that I got like 2,000 listeners, but my Blog Talk doesn't reflect that.
Right.
Matt, I got to ask you. You said you smoked cigarettes for 10 years. How long has it been since you actually quit, and how did you quit?
It's been a month since I quit.
Wow.
Honestly, I quit cold turkey. It was the hardest thing in the world.
Absolutely.
Basically, I
can't relate.
I went in for my first day at D-Boys Boxing, and the coach just basically trained me until I thought I was going to die. And then that was my mental recognition that, hey, you need to quit smoking if you're going to do this to full force or to the scale that you can be able to do it. So
now, how old are you?
Months now. What's up?
You're a relatively young guy, right? What are you, 22, 23?
I just turned 23 a few months back.
Oh, happy birthday. Yeah. It's a good age to quit, though. It's a very good age to quit. I am 10 years older than you, and I smoked for, I started when I was 14 or 15 maybe, and I quit. I used a nicotine gum to quit, but I quit now for 2 years. And I'll tell you right now, you're in the first month, and even though you didn't smoke as long as I smoked, I'm sure you smoked for enough time to where you felt like you said you were going to die. I'll tell you right now, you're past the worst part. You're past the worst part of it. The first month, you're done it. You're going to get some urges
still. You're still going to have the fucking urges, yeah.
Right.
Yeah,
I'm telling you, focusing your time to all of this. And I know you have a girlfriend and you got a relationship going on as well. And I'm telling you right now, man, the more you keep your head in this stuff and you got that support system around you, you'll stay away from them cigarettes. And going full circle, that's the same thing for the addicts that are actually coming to this event. A lot of these people are on drugs and want to quit, or they just recently quit drugs, or maybe they quit drugs 6 months ago, a year ago, 10 years ago. The point of the matter is they went through some form of addiction and they have a support system to help them get away from it. And that, you know, your support system is the people in your gym, the fact that you're promoting this boxing event, the fact that you're going to be in it, and the fact that this is your reputation. And you're using all of that to help you get away from that life. And I got to commend you for that, dude, for sure. You know what I mean? It's the same thing I did with music. You know, the same thing, you know, and I respect that because I quit smoking cigarettes. Chris quit smoking cigarettes as well, even before me.
Whole fucking turkey. And
now the real important question.
I've been clean for what, 10, 15 years now?
Damn, dude.
I don't know about that long, but.
Congratulations.
Damn.
I don't know.
That's awesome.
How long? At least 10.
More like 7, maybe 10, I don't know.
No?
But go on, Easy. Ask him the question.
Well, now, the most important question, this is the one that actually Nikki wrote down, because he didn't want to ask you this himself, but he wants to know, the next time you guys put something together, can he help you pick out ring girls? Because it's very important.
Come on, don't
Nikki.
do that. No.
It's very important. He wants to make sure he can inspect bikini lines.
To the contest, I'll make him one of the judges. We'll make him instead
of. There you go.
There we go. I'll take that.
This is why you ask questions.
You just made a poor man's dream come true right there. You know that?
Poor man. No, actually, that's on the list of things to ask you about. You're having a ring girl contest, which unfortunately just got snowed out with the first of the 2 nor'easters. But I wanted to go to the first one, and selfishly, I'm kind of happy it got canceled because I couldn't get to it anyway because I wanted to go. You know what I mean? But let's tell the listeners when the next one is because you've already rescheduled it. And tell us. Well, you tell us because I don't have the information in front of me. But you're having a ring girl contest, and these girls are going to be battling it out against each other to be the ring girls for this event. Now, how does that go about?
Yeah, basically, it's going to be a giant mosh pit. All the girls are going to be punching each other, and whoever's left standing is a ring girl. Now, I'm just playing.
Are you serious? I want to see that. I would pay to see that.
No, you're kidding, right?
It's a little more civilized than that.
Yeah. No, this is the judging process, but we're still deciding on the exact date of the reschedule. We're waiting to hear back from the venue, but I can tell you it's either going to be the 16th of the month or the 23rd of the month. Basically, what we're trying to do is we're going to have hopefully 10 to 15 girls. I'm trying to keep it pretty competitive, so we're not even doing a specific dress code. I'm telling them what you want that you think would basically get you votes or show your own specific style. You know what I mean? Make it more of a competitive thing for the girls. And so we're going to go for 3 winners. There's going to be, 4 judges now if Nikki shows up.
I'll call out of work for that. Kidding me?
The 3 winners are going to they're going to be getting a whole bunch of professional beauty supplies. Actually, another event that Damon's working on called the Beauty Battle, but that's a whole different story. So that's the prize for the night. It's going to be the beauty supply for the girls. Then on top of that, they're going to be getting $100 as payment for the fight. Usually it would be more, but obviously this is a charity event. We want to just still be able to pay the employees.
Right.
So, and then also there's going to be a few more opportunities for the girls to be able to contribute and make money or get more money for the charities. So I mean, it's going to be an all-around good time. We've done them before.
I think what you're doing is awesome, man. Honestly,
thank you.
I got to ask you this as well. You're involved in other organizations as well. Is that correct? I mean, it's not just celebrity boxing. I mean, you're kind of an all-around type dude. You're with everything. And I wanted to ask you, you know, what other organization you're actually involved with?
Well, so basically my job with celebrity boxing, besides being a fighter, is the technical name is event coordinator. My job is to recruit the fighters, the ring girls, sponsors, and organizations to help with this. Now, we're working with a few different organizations, one of them being MVP Recovery. That's part of the charitable aspect of the fight. So the way this is going to work is we're going to get a pretty good sum of money together from the fight, and we're going to put it towards some people basically getting a scholarship to a recovery house, help them just kick their habit, help them get help and treatment, and hopefully get clean and stay clean and start a new lifestyle. And then on top of that, awesome. as a side organization, we're working with a organization called KidFit with a PH. This is geared towards helping autistic children with their mobility or their mobile skills and cognitive function, and how how exercise affects their cognitive function. So there's actually a gentleman named Stu Bryant that we're working with. He's a great guy. I know him personally. He owns a gym up in Westchester, but he's doing the KidFit thing pretty well. He's advertising it pretty good, and he helps out a lot of people. And then we got two more right now. There's Bars, Pipes, Stars, and Stripes. They're a motorcycle organization. Their big thing is helping out veterans and first responders. But they heard about the opportunity to help basically raise awareness for the epidemic that's going on right now, and they jumped on it. And so, I mean, they're great. They're all around great people. They don't just do things for veterans and first responders. They also do food drives. They do escorts for fallen soldiers and firefighters, etc. And then awesome. On top of that, we also have my gym, D-Boys Boxing, which is also a community center. They're doing a great job helping keep inner city kids off the streets from getting in trouble, giving them goals, and just trying to keep a good head on their shoulders. Coach Dave Price and the whole D-Boys family, they're doing a great job with that. They're helping me out as well.
Bro, I gotta tell you, I want you to put the links, any type of social media links to any of this that you could possibly get. Put it in our group page. We got thousands of people in it now, and if there's anything we can do, you know what I mean? Maybe we can come up with like a commercial or something to help promote that as well, and maybe play it on the show. You know what I mean? Anything we can do to help in that type of situation, I feel, you know what I mean, I would like to do personally. You know what I mean? And that's me just coming off the top of my head, just saying that, because you're talking about all these organizations, and I didn't know you were involved. You know what I mean? Like, I didn't know what you were doing was helping that many people. I mean, one of our hosts, who actually isn't on tonight, it's his wife's birthday today, but we have a fourth host named Buzzbomb, and his stepchildren have autism. You know what I mean? We got a guy that works at my job who's autistic. You know what I mean? And I help the guy out every day. I like the guy a lot. You know, I kind of watch over him and stuff. You know what I mean? Because he needs a little guidance, and you know what I mean. I feel good about myself helping him out. You know what I mean? So it hits home with me a little bit when you talk about that as well. And of course, the addiction issue hits home with me, and a lot of what you were talking about, everything you're bringing up really hits home with me. That it's good to try. If we can help, we want to help. That's basically what I'm trying to say. And honestly, Matt, I told you in the past, like, I used to live a life where I didn't care about that type of stuff. You know what I mean? And I'm happy to say that today, it's been a few years now, that I've changed that around. And we have, like I said, we have the power of this show to be able to do that. And that's why I wanted to have you on for the interview personally. And I want you to be able to use the group page as well. Let me know what's going on. I'll make a commercial up personally myself in my own studio to help you out in any of these type of things, because I think it's a good thing, and I think it's something that maybe together we can get, people help in these situations, the awareness for the addiction, help with autism, people, the poor, anything that can help somebody, I want to be a part of. I want to do it. I just feel that at this point in my life, and it's not for like me to get any type of credit. You don't have to give me no credit at all. In fact, if anything, maybe it's better that I don't get credit. I just want to help. It's simple as that. I don't, you know what I mean? I don't need my name on nothing. I may take the ring girl judge. I might do that. But I mean, in all seriousness, as far as anything else goes, man, if I can do anything at all to help, and I know Easy and Chris feel the same, and I'm probably over talking these guys right now, and I want to let them get their thoughts in on this, so I'm going to shut up in a minute. But I just want to stress to you, bro, that I really, really want to do my part to try to help you out in these type of things that you're doing, because it's all positive. It's all good for the community. and it's all like something that I just feel like in me at this point in my life right now, I want to help. You know what I mean? Right. I don't want nothing for it. I just want to do something good. As simple as that. And easy, Chris. Any thoughts? Any other questions? Please let me shut up and let you guys take over with Matt, because I know we don't have much time left. Right. But I'm gonna shut up now and let you guys.
You've been going on for like 15 minutes at least, so I figured you was on a roll, so I just let you know.
I know. Well, I was really excited about this one.
You were rolling like a meatball on this one.
No, in all honesty, yeah, Matt. Anything we can do to help, I'm totally down. I'd love to get you in contact with my brother Brian Cronin out there, who is very big with that mag, and he does a lot of musical conventions and stuff like that, where there's always opportunities to cross promote and to network. In fact, I was actually just out in Harrisburg and Nikki and Chris came down, and we were at the Millennium Music Conference, and I know that there's another one coming up in September, the first time for a Philly music conference. So I definitely want to get you in contact with Brian to see if, maybe you guys can do a promotion table or something along those lines, to get the word out there, and, even get some of the local Philly acts to maybe come down and donate their time as well, or even get some of the local musicians, if they feel like they can square off, Nicky Scars versus Chris Corruption at the next one. I'm just saying.
I'll punch Chris Corruption right in the face. I won't think twice about that.
You
kidding me?
You
kidding me? You give me a pair of boxing gloves, I'll have Matt training me too, Chris. You'll have no shot. All right?
I'm just saying.
I would love it. I'll do it. I'll beat his ass.
All right, so there you go. Anything we can do, especially if I can get these two to go at each other, it'd be fucking fantastic.
Kidding me? I'll do that for free. Kidding me? All the years ago.
I could slam them, right, and you get in trouble.
Well, it's boxing. You can't slam them.
Chuck them?
No, it's boxing. You can't slam them. There are rules.
Oh.
No, yeah, it's boxing, Chris. Don't you know what boxing is?
Boxing? Oh, I didn't listen to all that. Sorry.
Well, we've been talking about... You didn't listen to all that. We're talking about...
ADHD.
Oh, my God. ADHD. We need to do something to help Chris out, too. We may as well put Chris on that list. You know what I'm saying?
ADHD is bad, man.
Yeah.
But, I'm looking at my list of questions here. I want to make sure I covered everything before we end this interview. We did talk to you about where the money for the fight is going to. We were just talking about that. Which, by the way, again, I stress, I'm going to do my best to try to help with everything I can with that through the show and through the group page and everything. We talked about your training, and I'm going to ask you actually off air, Matt. Just selfishly, I'm going to ask you. I want to tell you what I'm doing for my own training right now. Right, you might not notice in that, but I'm actually a black belt in Tang Soo Do, and but I'm a black belt years ago. Like I haven't been involved in martial arts for a long time. But once upon a time,
he's the 17 donut champion day. He does 17 donuts a day. And
once upon a time, your boy Nicky was a black belt in Tang Soo Do and did do tournaments. I still got the trophies in the basement, and Chris has seen them. So I mean, I'm not bullshitting on that. But I definitely want to go. Go ahead. You didn't see him easy because you didn't go in the basement.
No, I didn't see him. But you and I have had many conversations about it because I trained with Sensei Joe Tociano, judo and all that fun stuff because I was really a demented child and like to create violence. Now I just
not much has changed. Not much has changed. I'll tell you that. Not much has changed. Matt, I really appreciate it, man. Thank you for coming on the show with us. Seriously, man, it's been good. And what I'm going to do is what I do for all the interviews lately, and I know I'm a few interviews behind, guys. You guys can bust my balls for that later. But I'm going to chop up this interview. I'm going to clean the audio real good. And I'll make sure to put it on YouTube and on the Two Darbarians Facebook page as well. And obviously before the fight, because the whole thing is to promote the fight. But all the listeners, anybody listening right now wants to call in, 713-955-0341. The number again is 713-955-0341. Matt, you're more than welcome to stay on the line with us if you want. If you got other things to do, that's fine too. That's perfectly up to you. But if anybody wants to call in, ask Matt any questions, or, you know, if Matt goes, that's fine too. If you want to put it in the comments, Matt's tagged on this show. Yeah, you're more than welcome to stay. I mean, we got the battle coming up pretty soon between the train wrecks.
There's a battle tonight?
Well, it's not so much a battle, but we got them all waiting still, and I'm sure they'll. It's not an official battle, but you know, we got a lot to talk about. Beans, we had 2 names.
Yeah, we do.
And you know what? Actually, let me ask you that. I know it affected the the ring girl competition, but how else did the nor'easter affect you? Did you lose your power or anything, man? Like, was it crazy where you were?
I lost it for about 30 seconds. I'm out of Delco right now, actually. All
right.
I'm a half hour from Delco. So it didn't really hit us as hard where I'm living. It hit Delco hard enough to make it so that we had to reschedule. But I lost power for about 5 minutes. Then it went right back on, and I was good.
Well, you're lucky there.
For a couple hours, that was it.
Well, you're lucky there. How about you, Easy? You're in Connecticut. How was your?
Yeah, I was fine, and it was snowing like a motherfucker. But my power was. That's a wonderful thing about living in a city, bro. It's it takes a lot for the power to actually go out where I am. I mean, one of the worst was there was a crazy thunder and lightning storm, and a tree, like one of the few trees like on my block, got hit and took out a pole and snapped it in half. And we had power back on in about 4 hours. Again, it's a beautiful thing about living in a city, man. When you have that many people that close together, they got to be a little bit faster with power than like suburbs and stuff like that.
I'll tell you guys this right now. At my job on Friday night, because Friday night was the original one. That's the one that took everybody's power out. I sat in darkness, guys, the entire shift. I literally sat down. Because I'm not allowed to, bro. I'm management. You can't just leave. What are you talking about? I gotta sit there.
There's no fucking power, man. Walk out there, close the doors, and go home.
It's a corporate location, man. You can't just leave. Like, someone's got to be in the store. But I sat there, and I got paid for it. But I just sat there in darkness for the entire shift. I had a little flashlight.
Right. Yeah, I remember. He was crying. He's like, my phone's gonna die.
Yeah. He sat there in darkness, like in the crying game, rocking back and forth, crying to himself about how Dennis touched him.
That's what happened. That's what happened. By the way, for those who don't know, Dennis is a stalker that calls into the show every once in a while, and
and I bet he was watching you outside the store while it was dark.
I sure hope not.
I sure hope you weren't doing anything silly.
Listen,
you're like, I dropped trout in the store. No one's gonna see anything, and there's Dennis taking pictures.
It wasn't just me in there. There was 3 of us working there. Just so you know. Matt, can you, real quick, can you give us the exact date, time, and location of this show? So that way the listeners know exactly where it's going. Because that's one thing we didn't actually discuss, and we need the people to know where it's at and how to get there and, all that stuff. So, it might be something good for the interview.
For the Ring Girl contest, I actually left out the location too. So, like I said, it's either going to be the 16th or the 23rd. I'm going to be posting all about it as soon as we know the exact date. But it's going to be in the ballroom in the Crab Shack in Morton. Now, you hear Crab Shack. It's not the fast food Crab Shack. It's a nice place. It's got a ballroom. It's pretty good. So it's the Crab Shack in Morton. It's going to be at 9 o'clock on either the 16th or the 23rd. I'm gonna put out the information as I have it. The fight is planned for the 31st at, I believe, starting at 7 o'clock. It should be a pretty long event. We're trying to get in as many people in the ring as possible. So it could go from 7 to 11 o'clock, maybe even longer. But so that'll be at the Marple Sports Arena.
I've been there before. A few times. And for those who don't know, the Marple Sports Arena, if you're in the Philadelphia area, that is Delaware County. Do you have the address to the Marple Sports Arena? Because I can actually get it if you don't have it on you. Just so people have the address.
Yeah, my phone service it doesn't like me. I can't Google stuff while I'm on the phone. But
all right, I got you.
He's got Sprint.
I know it's Broomall, Pennsylvania, the Marple Sports Arena. A quick Google for anyone that's wondering where.
I got it right here.
Okay,
no problem. It's 611 Parkway Drive in Broomall, Pennsylvania, and the zip code is 19008. Okay, the phone number to this place is 610-338-0111. So if you guys, want to call up and any information, you can call the place right up. It does feature roller hockey, skating, and an arcade. So just, a little shout out to Marble Sports Arena.
Yeah.
Just in general. I'm not, of course, you're not going there that night to play on the arcade, but, I'm reading it, so it says that. So, other than that, man, I've been there before. That's a good place. It's going to be a good spot for, for this event. And I really, really can't wait to go to it, man. I'm looking forward to it. I'm looking forward to you kicking some ass, man. Now, are you playing any character, or are you just fighting as yourself? Because
I'm
going to
be fighting as myself. I begged Damon to let me be the Joker. You guys probably see it all over my Facebook. I got the Joker hand tattoo. I did that myself.
I thought you would be.
Yeah, I wanted to be. But he's like, no, we can't do that. You might get too aggressive and accidentally kill Batman. So I was like, I understand.
Batman does have to win, right?
So I'm going to be fighting Joe Parkinson. I know him briefly from our first press conference. He's a great guy. He struggled with addiction himself, and he's overcome it through boxing, and he's made a career out of it.
A little funny story about him I can tell you, Matt. I used to do shows for his father.
Who's that, Damon or Joe?
Joe Parkinson. Joe Parkinson's father.
Okay.
Also Joe Parkinson. He used to run a bar right on there in Havertown, I believe it was. It's not there anymore. It's a different location now. I can't remember what the bar was called. But he used to be the promoter. I don't know if he's the promoter or the manager, but he used to book the shows. W.C. Murphy's was the name of it. It was right there in Havertown, Pennsylvania, right there on Route 3. Okay. Yeah, it was called W.C. Murphy's. There's actually videos of me on YouTube. This is maybe back in 2009. 2010. So we're going back a few years ago.
A long time ago.
Yeah. So I used to. My father actually knows his father, and that's how I got booked on the shows there. So I know Joe Parkinson. I've met him before. The son, which is who you're boxing. I'm actually very much. I didn't know that's who you were fighting. I'm going to be looking even more forward to seeing this fight now that I actually know your opponent as well. And of course, I'm going to be rooting for you, man. You're part of the two Darbarians family now. You know what I mean? You're my dude, so I'm rooting for you to win this. But I do know him. I don't know him well. I mean, I've met him. I've shook his hand a couple of times. I know his father a little better, only because it was his bar that I performed at a couple of times. But my dad knows his dad. That's how that happens. So it's all connected, bro. It's all connected. It's kind of funny. He's a good fighter, man.
Yeah, he's a good guy. As Damon puts it, he's the baby of celebrity boxing. Like, as in, he started off with celebrity boxing real young a while ago. And he worked his way up. Like,
bro, he was involved in that back then. He was involved in celebrity boxing back when I was doing the shows then.
Yeah, he fought. I think it was Sugar Ray Leonard Jr. He fought him. That was just a tough fight in general, and I don't remember who won, who lost, but those guys were trading punches pretty well. And then he did some cage fights, and now he's making a career out of it. He's doing pretty good for himself with it. And, I mean, this is all while struggling with addiction and getting himself clean and everything.
Right, bro. That's a big story, man. That's a big story, and of course, we wish him luck as well, because he is, struggled with his addiction, and we know it's all for a good cause. But of course, we're behind you, bro, because you know what I mean. You're part of the family now. We appreciate that we linked up with you, man. It was kind of crazy how just by one status, just boom. Now here we are, almost a month later, talking about it. But sometimes that's how it goes, man. It was just I don't know what made me hit you up. Bro, I don't know what made me hit you up that day. Maybe it was the status. It was like my mood, like after reading it. I don't know what it was, but I just, boom, for some reason. And I don't normally just contact people I don't really know, but I don't know. Boom, I just wanted to hit you up.
Well, I mean, I'm happy you did. You're being a big help and a big part of this event already. And I mean, being as you've gone through it, it's another big thing too, because you have a lot of outreach, and a lot of people that have been through what you've been through just hide it and just ignore it and pretend like it didn't happen, but you embraced it. You came out, you said, I've been through this too. I'm going to jump in and I'm going to help out, spread awareness for the cause too, and I'm going to help with the event. You really are helping out a lot. You're helping a lot of people with the event, but you're helping people stay clean by helping promote this event.
And it's funny you say that too, because I have kept that to myself. I don't broadcast that actually at all. I really don't. Like Chris and Easy will tell you, like they don't look at me as a guy where that's in my daily life to talk about. But I guess it's the fact that I haven't broadcasted it, that when I saw that you were doing what you were doing for the cause that you were doing, it just made me, I don't know, man. I don't know what made me have the ball rolling in my head for that. I just know what I went through years ago, and it's been a few years now. And since maybe because I have stayed away from the meetings and all that stuff and getting involved, because I did that, maybe that's what made me just say, screw it. Let me help somebody. You know what I mean? Because I'm not worried about helping me. I just want to help somebody else. And you made that happen, man. So as you thank me, I thank you, because I wouldn't be able to, I wouldn't be helping anybody if you didn't put the idea in my head to help somebody, So I thank you as well.
Well, you're welcome, and thank you.
Sounds good to me, man. All right, everybody, this has been an incredible interview. Matt, you're more than welcome to stay on the line. We're going to go to another song real quick. And
why don't we give you our brother Mac Wyatt and choices?
You know what? I think that's a great idea. Now's the best time, if ever. So, okay,
exactly.
So for those who don't know, and I told Matt earlier, we do another show called The Mac Game. And Mac Wyatt has his own show on Saturday nights on the Two Darbarians Network. Mac is obviously our brother. He's a Harlem hip-hop artist and a good friend of ours. Definitely our brother. I don't know how else to put it. He does pop up on this show as well from time to time. But, he's a good dude. And he's coming out with a new video that just released, what was it, yesterday, I believe? And
it was either yesterday or the day before, yeah.
Yeah. So, but we're going to play it on the show. We're going to basically give it its world premiere on the show because, we can do that.
It's good stuff.
I'm king and I need armies. I lead my team, my quest, my dream, my throne, my crown, my rise. I'm down, my risk, my pain, my gain, my I want the kingdom, I want the throne. Call me a Caesar, the bastard glow. This Sultan Barrett, Targaryen, the Dragon Prince, majestic son. I am the Kandalo, the Rex, the Kaiser Shah, the Savarron, the new tycoon of Babylon. I'm born to lead, indeed, I'm born to be a king. And I won't quit until I'm holding everything.
King in the North!